I wasn't able to access my YouTube history the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it just wasn't an option. I was like,
sorry, your shit's too random.
Yeah, I was like, oh, YouTube found out.
You guys heard of those? There's these new toys out that are genetically grown monsters that actually come in a sealed package.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're genetically grown like monsters that are called pets, or I can't remember the actual name of them. But they come in like a plastic wrap, like how you would buy an action figure, with air holes poked into it.
So it's a living thing?
Yes, it's in a hibernating stage.
Wait, that's cool.
It's in a hibernating stage when you buy it. You take it home, you unseal it, you give it this little pack of nutrients that it comes with, and it sparkles up. It's basically a dog that can't talk or say anything.
And so wait, it's alive but it can't move?
No. It can move and stuff, it just can't speak. There's no vocal cords.
What is this magic?
Right?
What?
Yeah. This thing's real. I saw it on, I was reading a news story about it because there was some people that were just like, you can't do that to a living creature.
Are you sure you're just like baked in watching Pokemon?
You know, maybe. That could be.
They shoot lightning bolts? And he's got...
No, it's serious though.
Pets for sale on a peg hook.
In Africa, yeah. Or some shit like that. Or like they're trying to get funding for it to put it on sale.
Jesus Christ.
And on that, welcome to GWFS. This is Matt.
This is Mike.
Tony?
We got a special guest today, John.
What up? What up?
Say hi to the listeners there. So, yeah, that was interesting, Mike.
Yeah, interesting find on the interwebs.
Huh.
Right?
I can't quite wrap my head around that.
I can't figure that out either. Like, it's an actual thing?
It's an actual thing. It's
like having a cat that like won't make noise but comes in a package.
Yeah.
So it's just like the best.
It doesn't really look like a dog or a cat or anything. It looks like a little monster, to be completely honest. But
what?
Yeah.
I need to find this, and I need to buy like 8 of them and just like
make them
have
fight.
a little army. Yeah. Armies of them all over your house.
No, just have battle royales.
Totally. Set up a little cage match, you know? Like,
you know, it's not often I hear things and just think this is the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, totally. Basically, the article was like people arguing for like these little genetically modified creatures' rights because they come in a sealed plastic container. And
of course, you find those people too.
Yeah,
anytime
that was
something
the article
really cool comes out, you have the people who just have to rain on motherfuckers' parades.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man!
But yeah, I saw that. I was like, man, that's ridiculous. Wow, did you hear that?
You okay?
Yeah, man, just a little voice modulation there. Don't worry about it.
I suffer from Boysamad. How dare you, Tina Fey? Fuck. So we just went completely off it. Speaking of news stories, though, I got a few good for you guys. For some reason, almost all of them involve masturbation.
Oh, nice.
Which just goes to show you the things that catch my eye.
World news.
All right, so teacher hits misbehaving student, then proceeds to masturbate in front of class is the tagline. That's the headline on this here.
Wow.
A substitute homeroom teacher in Seoul was recently terminated for allegedly masturbating in front of high school students, after allegedly hitting one of them for listening to music in class. The 55-year-old, identified only as Mr. A, had apparently become upset after one student in his self-studying class refused to remove his earphones upon request. He then proceeded to, quotations here, severely beat the student, as well as possibly another student, while the rest of the class quickly fled the room.
Also his penis, apparently.
Yeah, no, right after that.
Severely beat.
Mr. A then followed the students out into the hallway, where he reportedly removed his pants and began masturbating in front of the classroom full of female students.
Wow.
When confronted later about his behavior, Mr. A claimed he was merely holding onto his pants because they were falling down, but a video recorded by one of the students and uploaded to several social networking sites forced him to admit he was being indecent. Now, I got the video here.
Oh,
I'm gonna
have the video?
They actually have the video linked into this. I'm gonna have to post this like on the YouTube as well. So I'll just let you guys just take a look at this here. So you can see it right there. His pants down there.
Shit, he's got his pants down. Fuck.
You can see he's just sitting there dry docking it with his left hand. Just sitting there.
Wow.
What the fuck, like... How does that happen?
A teacher in my old school actually kind of lost his mind under stress.
Okay.
I don't remember what the switch was, but I remember that he actually jumped up on a table and like started cawing like a chicken and shit. Like totally lost his mind because of the stress the kids were putting him under.
No,
so,
dude, that would be the
related.
shittiest job though, to be a high school teacher.
It would be
dealing with fucking unimpressed kids all the time
that think they know everything. Yeah.
Oh man,
it'd be terrible.
Man, fucking yesterday.
I don't know if I'd masturbate in front of them, but I'd probably hit one or two of them.
Jesus Christ. Like, I can't fucking handle teenagers
Oh.
whatsoever. Like, I'm fucking 22 years old, and I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's just,
like,
there's a line that you hit.
Yeah.
Where you're just sick of that shit.
Yeah.
Just can't deal with it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. But
It's
I
like
used
the first
to have...
stepping stone on the way to being that cranky old man.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, totally.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And fucking, you feel that every day.
Every day.
You know, like dubstep, for example.
Yeah, best example.
Oh, man. I had a substitute teacher in high school that I loved to torment. That's just me. I was being, a shitty kid, and she was the worst. Like, actually, there's a thing where she was substituting her class. You do everything you could to make her life hell. It wasn't just me. It was everybody else, and it was just because she'd just been a teacher for too long and ended up hating kids. And it was just... I had a lot of fun.
It happens. Yeah, I made a teacher cry one day. It was actually the most awkward thing ever. It was a male teacher. And
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that sounds like a story and a half.
It was like, yeah. So, me and two of my buddies were in this math class, and the math class was just full of, like, fucking retards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just the worst kids in the world. Like, the kids, like, they're fucking glue sticks stuck to the ceiling in this class.
Oh, no.
This isn't high school. Like, they're shooting snot rockets at the walls. Like, there's, like, areas in this class you just don't fucking go in because, like, you're just so disgusted by what happens over there. And, one day, me and two of my friends, just because we're, like, really hated our teacher, this is, like, grade 8 or 9, and we started, like, drawing, like, just little, like, comics. And it was just about Mr. essentially just trying to molest his students. And, like, we did a whole bunch of them. And, like, I don't know, he probably wasn't a pedophile. But it was
fun to pretend.
Exactly. Well, he was, like, he'd say stuff, like... No, just the stuff he'd say, the way he'd say it, like, wasn't necessarily creepy, but he picked the wrong words, and it could always be just, like... twisted around, like, and used against him. And, like, regardless, he found these, he sent us to the office, and I go to get my bag after class, and I see him there, and he's sitting at his desk fucking sobbing. And I'm just like, hey, I just grabbed my bag, and he's like, oh, you guys don't have any respect for me. I was just like, yes, see you later, Steve, because we called him by his first name. I hated it. It wasn't because we were buddies either.
See you later, Steve. Oh, man.
That's pretty funny.
That's what it is.
Alright, so moving on to the second story here. So, like, the male dream is to be in, like, a female threesome. That's like, you get that,
It's a
and you're
big
like, I
deal.
can just...
Seems like the ultimate.
So, this guy, the headline reads, man stabbed when he refused to change positions during a threesome.
I fucking read that!
So, Menage a trois went from pleasure to pain when Ashley Hunter, 33, reportedly stabbed Orlando DeWitt, 37, during a threesome. The stabbing allegedly occurred when DeWitt reportedly refused to switch positions during the sexual romp. Apparently, this guy was just banging his girlfriend's friend and just refused to move. He just, no, baby.
He's gonna go to town on this right here.
Why is there something sharp, like, around them? You think
Oh,
she'd
man.
probably have to get up and run away? And
She was, like,
come back.
prepared.
She sounds like she probably had time to go to the get.
Yeah, he was,
Good point. If he refuses, yeah.
he was in Pound
Don't
Town.
worry
She
about it.
could.
Just go about your business.
Yeah.
DeWitt and Hunter became sexually involved with a woman at the residence who's only identified as Letitia. She was reportedly servicing both, with Hunter allegedly receiving oral favors when DeWitt asked his friend to change positions. So it sounds like they weren't even dating. This was just a thing that happened. And then when Hunter refused DeWitt's request, they began a heated argument that escalated into violence. According to the Fargo Police Department, Hunter reportedly pulled out a 12-inch butcher knife from his sofa and began wielding it at DeWitt. while Letitia ran into the bathroom.
Wow.
So
What was the... Wow. In the sofa.
just decided to make a run for the front door.
Sounds like they're in a pretty fucked up.
And while they were able to get through the first door, by the time he reached the exterior door of the home, Hunter's knife reportedly sliced into the back of his left arm.
Jesus fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Okay.
So I bet you that they probably never called her again. This is probably not something that's going to happen again.
I think
But,
that's safe to say.
oh man, just the jealousy that's going
Why
on
is it
in there.
Couch? Why was the blade in the couch?
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
think
somebody
call.
sits down
That's
wrong,
really
you know? Like-
the biggest question I think that's presented itself here.
Yeah.
Like,
That's not
do you
where
have fucking
guys-
knives in your couch? Like, you just glossed over that detail like it wasn't.
Like it wasn't anything.
Yeah.
But that's
Is
kind
that-
of the biggest detail in
Is
my
that
mind.
not
I
where
mean.
you guys keep your cutlery?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, because when I have a sandwich or something that requires forks and knives, because it's not a sandwich, but when I have food that requires cutting and stabbing to put into my mouth, I usually take it to the couch. And I just reach on down there and got myself a fork.
That's
Yeah, but
terrible.
a 12-inch butcher knife?
Yeah.
Sometimes a man's got to eat some steak.
I guess.
But no, that's
Feed himself
fucking intense.
Right off of the cow?
You know, that's actually
Now,
pretty.
as the
Who
girlfriend in
has
this
that?
situation, are you bringing that on yourself? Like, let me bring my more than likely more attractive friend over to join us in a
It's entrapment.
Yeah.
in a
That
sense.
is entrapment.
Absolutely. But what do you expect the guy to do?
I bet you that he fucked up in some way, and she's like, I want to stab this guy, but that's not good enough. So how would I bring over my friend, get pissed off from that, then stab him?
This is the reason, yeah.
I could see a girl doing that.
So did he hide the knife or did she hide the knife?
I don't know. Maybe she planted it there beforehand.
Yeah, like
and
that
just
could be
knew it was-
premeditated.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
What other reason
minds.
would you have a 12-inch butcher knife in your couch? I mean, unless you're mad.
We're also not cops.
Because apparently...
Yeah, I was gonna say welcome to GWFS criminology.
Oh man. So third fucking story apparently is a burglar stopped masturbating to play with toy helicopters.
Yeah, you know.
That's
Can you say that again, actually?
yeah. So the headline is burglar stops masturbating to play with toy helicopter.
Why did he start masturbating?
I don't
Just in the middle
know.
of
Apparently-
a B&E and just...
That's not important, John. That's not in the headline. Nobody cares about that. we just
Shouldn't it be
know.
burglar starts and then stops masturbating to play with toy
the
helicopter?
That's what I would be thinking, yeah.
My
But
God.
they just offhand, like, yeah, so
Like, you know
burglar's
what?
jerking off. Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You
Most
know what,
burglars
this-
do that, you know.
This break and enter isn't exciting enough for me. I think we would really spice things up is if I just.
How do they know he was
Bathroom.
masturbating? Or is it just assumed?
I don't. Well, let me bring up this.
Is there
I
security
can't,
footage?
I can't imagine the police report saying, you know, while I came in the front door, I slowly made my way to the kitchen, whipped my dick out, and just started going to town.
Yeah.
That's not going to come up.
And then I saw this really cool toy helicopter.
This
I
saw
had,
this-
and I had to
had to
stop
put that on hold.
masturbating. Yeah.
Oh man, the look at this guy too. He's just got curly hair that just look like little wings coming off the
Oh,
side of his
no.
face.
Oh, jeez.
So that looks like the kind of guy
hair
who
as
would
me.
be- Yeah, the same hair as Tony. The kind of guy who look like he'd break into your home and then jerk off. So.
That is what I do.
Definitely looks like the type of guy who would get distracted by a toy
Oh,
helicopter.
go figure.
Yeah.
This is some guy in Florida too.
Of course, Florida man.
Florida man. So, sheriff deputies say a burglar suspect attempted to have a really good time while in a couple's home. Authorities arrested Jason Vickery, 23, on burglary and larceny charges. Deputies say he broke into a home on Atlantic View in St. Augustine. Vickery told police he got into the home through an unlocked door. He then told investigators he went upstairs to masturbate in the bathroom when he found a remote control helicopter. Vickery then said he found some batteries and started playing with the helicopter. He also ate a salad that he had brought with him. Vickery then told deputies he went back to the bathroom to finish masturbating when he had heard voices outside. He then ran outside where a deputy with his gun drawn was waiting for him. Police also confiscated a bag of marijuana, other drug paraphernalia, a wig, a towel, and a pouch of chewing tobacco. So take from that what you will, but
At least he was prepared.
Yeah.
That guy, it's like, all right, so I'm gonna go. The door's unlocked. I got a bag of weed. I got a pipe to smoke it. I got a wig, a towel to clean up, and a dip for after.
Don't forget the
Where do you
salad.
suppose he found the batteries?
Wait, did I just miss? I'm sorry, I was looking at our Twitter. Did he chew tobacco? Like
He had a pouch
They
of
found a
chewing
pouch.
tobacco with him. They had a bag of marijuana, other drug paraphernalia, which I'm gonna guess is a pipe or something.
Yeah.
And then a wig, a towel, and a pouch of chewing tobacco.
What's
And the
wig
salad
for,
he brought
man?
with him and devoured.
And a
apparently.
salad he brought with him!
Here's
Who
what I wanna
does
know,
this?
What kind of stoner is carrying around a salad?
That guy
What
must
kind
have
of
just
munch
been...
is that? That's terrible, first of all.
doesn't
Well, he
seem like
didn't-
it. Doesn't
he
look like
didn't
a healthy
attempt to
guy
steal
either.
anything.
No, he doesn't. Yeah.
He didn't even try to get away with anything. He broke into the home and it was just like,
Just I'm just
this
gonna
is a
fucking
pretty cool... I'm gonna go upstairs and masturbate.
and go slap that.
And then
Oh,
he
what's
found
this?
a toy helicopter, which he searched for batteries for.
Wow.
I can't find batteries in my house. This guy apparently is just like
No problem. 6 cents for batteries.
starts playing with the helicopter. I just like to picture this guy just sitting in the living room, just up on the couch, eating his salad, playing with the toy helicopter. There's just pants around the ankles, and he's just like, "This is kind of boring. I'm gonna go finish jerking
Guess I
off.
should finish up now. Yeah.
I guess I should just polish that bad boy off." Fuck's sakes, man! Get your shit together.
That's actually really funny though.
That's
What a guy.
Who does that?
What a guy. That's definitely a stoner B&E though. I've never heard of one
The
before.
salad, you're right though, man.
Right? Like
Fuck.
breaks in, doesn't take anything, just kind of sits there, munches and masturbates. That's a stoner in a nutshell.
Oh man. So those are the fucking dumb news stories that I've found for you guys. You're welcome, by the way.
Phenomenal.
Oh man. So while we have John here, well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, John? How do you know us? What do you do?
Well, I work with you, you fine gentlemen, all three of you.
Fucking idiot. Not you. Of course,
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
The retard who asked the world's most obvious question.
Who
Well,
listens to this?
the listening public might not understand, but yeah, we all work together, and I get to be the first guest on your show, so I am happy to be here.
Solid.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
33% chance. Pulled it out.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 1 in 3.
One in
That's
three.
not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah, no, I guess there's not much really to tell. I sell electronics. I play in a metal band. A lot of fun, actually. Played a few shows with one of your hosts here, Mike. So.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah,
Mikey.
it's true.
Good.
It's true.
Yeah,
We actually share the same guitarist.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
I don't get the full experience because we use him as a bass player in our band. So
It's true.
he shreds it up for Mike, and he definitely fills in very, very well for us. But yeah, no,
That's solid.
it's pretty all right being me. What can
So
I tell you?
when did you get started doing music?
What
shit.
shit!
Started you off?
What started me off? I went to a pool hall when I was about 14 years old, and I heard the song "One" by Metallica, and I told myself I was going to learn how to play guitar. $100 guitar and amp later, and that was 15, 16 years ago now. 17.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Longer than that. So,
That's a great way to start, actually.
yeah, and it's taken me all across Canada to try and find something that works well, and right now we have a pretty good gig going on. I like Prince George's got a really good the scene it seems to have died a little bit, but it's
It's
starting
on the
to
slow end right now.
it's starting to make its way back, I think. So it's
Yeah.
it's a good time to be a musician in Prince George, and
That's solid.
yeah, no, it's always something that I guess I just love to do, and now I get to make something of it. So
There you go.
Good for you. That's awesome.
it was funny too because Pooh Face there, Damien.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. That's where our drummer so
Pooh-Face.
lovingly
Pooh-Face.
monikered him Pooh Face. We went for a smoke once, and I was always scared of Damien. Like, I mean, if any of our listeners know who Damien is, when you first see him, he can be an intimidating fellow. So I didn't talk to him. I just steered clear of him. We went for a smoke, and he says that he's in a band looking for a guitar player. And he's like, well, I play guitar. And I guess he expected me to say I'd been playing for a year or so. And he says, how long have you been playing? 15 years. You should try out for my band.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that. So it's about
Nice.
3 years later now, and we're going all right.
Good to hear. What was your guys' last show?
Last show was actually, it's been a little while. That was the Westwood show with Annex Theory, yeah, and it was a decent turnout, but we got another one coming up on, I think it's the 9th of June. So that's going to be with Access Disrupt, from what I hear, hopefully. And Aaron McKittrick, another former co-worker of ours, he's bringing his band up again from, I'm not sure where is he? Is he in Williams
I think
Lake
it's
or
in
something?
Kelowna.
Kelowna, yeah. So they're coming up to play. So it should be a good show, and if you can make it out, I strongly encourage you guys to come out, at least just check it out, support the local metal scene.
I'm sure we could get a few listeners coming out there too.
Yeah,
Wouldn't mind.
Fuck
Fuck that. Fuck the metal.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun.
So, what would you say your most influential bands are? What are some of the bands that definitely influence your guys' sound?
I think our sound is it's a very mixed kind of, because
Pretty
Kale comes from like very like dark black metal, death metal, like very he's got a very distinct kind of.
He's got his own style.
Exactly, like
he doesn't
it's-
fall under any like genre, or like you can't compare.
And he
him to
brings
any
that in
band,
on a
like-
bass, so I mean it's something. But I'd say there's a lot of kill switch engage from a
Nice.
couple of
Yeah, I
us.
can see that.
Lamb of God has been a very big kind of inspiration to me, and Trivium by far I'd say is my biggest inspiration. We actually cover one of their songs, but In Flames, just all sorts of different stuff kind of melded together and try to make it more of a, I don't know what kind of metal you could even call it. It's just metal, so we don't like to peg ourselves down with one kind of label, but
It'll make your head bang, that's for sure.
yeah, it's fun music to play, and I'd love to actually maybe go a little bit further with it and see what can happen, but just playing with the guys once a week and getting out to play the shows in PG here is a lot of fun. So
Very cool. Very cool. Nice. I also know that you're also big into a certain video game that
Yeah, I like
you
that.
could say that it's almost to a religious state.
it's getting there. I can't begin to explain the fascination I have with Gears of War. It's started off small, and it can slowly consume my life. So I don't know if any of you guys play, but I could never get into the first person shooter games like Call of Duty. Fuck, man, it's a little too realistic. You think you're hidden and you get sniped in the face, and that's not something that I was ever okay with. But Gears of War, man. If you've never played it, I encourage you jump on and play some. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. Well, since you're our first guest, this is going to be the first non-GWFS member. Why don't we get you? We got our shitty wheel of
Spin
shitty
the
things.
wheel.
We're gonna have you.
It's shittier than usual
It's
right
very.
now, by the way.
It's so. Oh, it's fucking stupid. All right, so
So
we'll just have him hold the cup there. Why don't you just spin that bad boy? Just grab it.
That's really bad.
Yeah,
That's really
it's-
bad. Let's figure
I don't know.
a way to. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna get edited. Oh, there we go.
All right.
Looks like one. Looks like a number one.
Number one. All right, so we're you have to cut off your thumb for some reason, gangrene, something like that. I don't know. Your thumb is fucked. You
Yakuza
have to
debt.
separate it from your body.
Yakuza debt.
Yeah, Yakuza debt. For some reason, you now have to cut off your thumb. How would you go about doing that? It's just you're allowed to use household things. You're in your bathroom.
Look around the studio.
Look
Check
around the
behind your
studio.
couch.
What would
So
you
we
use
Check
to
your
cut
couch.
your thumb off?
So what is this? I have to cut this off, or
Or you, we'll just
They're
say
just
die.
gonna kill you. Yeah.
well.
There's a series of you fucked up. You went to Japan. You fucked up, and the Yakuza are after you. The only way that you can save face with them is if you cut off your thumb and present it to the boss.
Or they're
Or
gonna put
they're
a
gonna-
bag of scorpions over your head, and you're just gonna.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
like-
really know how to answer this. I guess with most why wouldn't I just go grab a knife out of the kitchen and cut it off?
Yelling.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
you could
yeah,
just
cool.
go like balls out like that. But
Or I
are you going to stop the
quickly
bleeding?
grab your TV and smash it and use some glass to cut it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But then you're gonna just bleed profusely from the.
and
thumb.
are you gonna you shock
Shock.
something like that? How are you gonna avoid all the things with that?
This is suddenly shaping out to be the worst question on the wheel.
This is
This
quickly-
makes it a
this
little
is the
difficult.
quickest.
Okay. I guess I'd have to grab a knife, and I'm at your house when this happens, or am I at my house?
Oh, it's
You're
right
at
here.
your house.
I'm at my house.
You
Shit.
can, yeah,
Oh,
you can.
Shit, I don't have any knives.
Fuck, man.
You could be in the.
Oh wait, I
Check
got
your
that
couch
one on the couch.
Couch. Your 12-inch butcher's blade.
So I'd use my 12-inch butcher blade that I have hidden in my couch cushions to cut it off. I guess you'd got to take it off probably like right at the butt of the thumb, right? You gotta get that whole drumstick looking piece off of your. So I guess I'd slice in and then probably just rip it off.
Oh,
Yeah, just
what the fuck?
Dude's just upset.
For the effect, though, right? Like you got the crunch and the ripping sound off that. And then
I just can't deal with it.
Oh, the best.
And I don't know, to prevent shock, I don't know, maybe I go smoke a bowl. I keep the hand up.
Just got rainbows shooting out of where you're not supposed to be. Like, what the fuck?
Keep the hand up so you're not bleeding out.
How are you gonna fucking so you're gonna hold it with one hand without a thumb, or are you gonna are you gonna light it?
Dude, I got it all under control. Don't worry, but I got a roommate. He can take care of that. So while he's lighting the pipe, I'll get high, and that'll ease my shock. Yeah. And then I'll go find, I don't know, probably some old sock or something like that, just laying on the ground in my front entranceway, because that's how I live. And I'd wrap that sucker around my thumb, and I'd hope it would just stop bleeding.
Well, just hope. Just.
I mean, if it doesn't, what's the worst? You're not going to wake up in the morning.
Exactly. You'll just ride it up.
Have another haul.
You'll ride out your high.
Go play some Gears of War. Just try and let it stop.
Man, that is.
Oh, you're right.
I'm not trying to typecast.
I could probably
you could figure it out.
That is just the most stoner response you could possibly get for a question like that. I just spat all over the table. I'm sorry.
Rip the rest.
Why not just smoke a bowl and just go? I'll play Gears of War with my phantom thumb. Just fucking. That's incredible, though. That answer was a lot better than the question was.
Yeah, no, that was right.
That's good.
One might think that if you're able to have genetically engineered pets, the micro pets without voice boxes and stuff, they could probably grow a thumb for you.
I imagine they probably can.
They 3D printed a human ear.
I've heard of that, yeah.
And it's a real ear that can be, amputated.
I still don't understand.
You mean put on?
Yeah, sure.
Why would you amputate an ear?
We made you a fucking ear with our 3D printer. Now let's cut it off.
Let's take off your perfectly good normal ear and let's put on this prototype ear.
And then cut it off. And then we'll amputate that as well. Man, 3D printers are fucking insane.
I watched this whole documentary, on 3D printers that build guns and how gun control is going to be. Literally, there's going to be no gun control soon because people are just going to be 3D printing their own weapons.
There's got to be 3D printing control.
Yeah, they printed houses.
They can print anything. It's crazy.
No, there's no control. You can buy your own 3D printer. I mean, it's expensive as fuck, but you can go out and you can buy your own 3D printer if you wanted to.
Do you want a gun? Buy this $80,000 printer and make one.
Yeah. Also, there's all these schematics. You don't even have to be you just find this website or whatever. You download the schematics for whatever the fuck you want to build. And boom, it's there.
How much does it cost you to print this shit, though? What's the cost for materials?
I don't know.
It's gotta be more than toner.
I would imagine it's about
more than toner. You know what? I don't think so. Toner's pretty expensive.
It is pretty
expensive. Toner's expensive as fuck. That's hilarious.
Take it from home office Mike and John. You'd have to remortgage your house to buy toner for fucking more than one printer.
But look, you can make a wrench.
Yeah.
And it really works.
You just use a 3D printer to print out a new toner cartridge and you just have to fill it.
Yeah.
How the fuck do those things even work, though, man? It's
really intense.
Just
basically, from the documentary that I watched about it, they actually they built the guns, but how they did it was they printed off the individual parts to the gun.
Yeah,
and then put them all together, right? But it's mainly plastic. So the hard part is
also it's a useless gun. Then it's a miserable.
No, it's useful. It shoots. It's useful for sure.
Yeah, but
it's got way less durability. No, it doesn't really overheat. It just kind of snaps in half.
Yeah, but if you fire a bullet out of a plastic gun,
and then
there's
barrel,
a lot of
the barrel
heat.
Expands.
Yeah.
From the heat, and then it'd just be inaccurate.
It would just fucking limp dick. It would just go flaccid.
Maybe if it had
it's still a new technology.
Yeah, I know.
The video I watched.
Until you get
he got
maybe I'm just scared.
Before the gun actually snapped in half.
What if you can make it like a liquid?
Which I think is pretty good.
I guess it's just forging.
200
I think you'll need one.
That's fucking one bank robbery,
That's what if from Django Unchained.
Pardon?
You have the gun that comes out of the thing there. You just need the one shot.
Oh.
The little wrist gun.
That'd be dope.
In there. Yeah.
Oh, I always wanted one of those.
Did we get that shock collar or no?
No.
Oh.
I know. Justin didn't come through for us, and then I was like, I'll go shopping for it. You guys are in for some good shit. Just wait. This is bad now. Just you wait.
Shock collars are coming.
Shock collars are on the way.
I, for one, am happy I'm not on the shock collar episode.
You say that now.
You say that
You can
now.
pick anyone. to put on the Shot Caller episode. No, I'm just kidding.
No, do it.
So many people.
Yeah, there's a
So
few that
many
come to
people.
mind real quick.
Let's put Justin on.
Yeah.
That could be a lot of fun.
You didn't. Oh man, could you imagine the way that kid would yelp in Twitch?
Yeah.
Love you, Justin.
We just make sure that, like, just anytime he made just the most minor grammatical error.
Fuck.
We will be the true grammar Nazis.
Yeah.
Every time he says theoretically.
Theoretically.
Yeah, had nothing to do with what he's like.
Oh man. That would be a hell of an episode if we could pick one word that one person's not allowed to say.
Like?
Yeah.
That would be
Those would be
devastating. Oh man. Or if it was me. God, there's so many things that I just say.
Yeah, I'd be fair enough, without a doubt.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, if it was Tony, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Fair enough.
You could turn this into a drinking game.
You could, probably.
Easily.
Fuck.
Okay, what we got next?
Playoff predictions.
Oh, boy.
What are you we're talking about there? I mean, I wish that we would have done this like a week sooner so we could have been, so we're not 3 games in.
I predict that the Canucks are going to lose.
Oh, that's just because you're a Red Wings fan.
Well, no, it's because they're down 2-0.
Yeah, they'll come back.
No, he's got a point. Like, the Canucks have never come back from 2-0.
Yeah, and they... And
It
this
could be
is-
done.
This is the year.
It could
They
be
don't
Come
done.
back from 2-0 and then get swept in the second.
Well,
It
Schneider's
just doesn't
starting.
look promising, though. You know what I mean?
It doesn't.
Schneider's
Well,
starting tonight. If they get the win, that could turn the momentum. It could happen, but I am kind of leaning with Tony on this one. I'd love to see the Canucks win. I don't think they're gonna make it very far.
I'd love to see them lose so they can get rid of Vigneault.
That'd be
a
very
good move.
nice. A sweep would be ideal, honestly. And I'm not a Canucks fan, but Vigneault is just the worst coach in the league.
Oh, God.
Like, Jesus fuck.
Yeah, no, it's pretty rough.
It's a couple
Mike,
of-
you can go do something else.
Yeah.
right now if you
Yeah,
want.
eat your
No, you know what?
panini.
I'll listen. I'll listen.
Just go out on the deck and eat your panini for the next 15 minutes.
There's a couple of shockers I think out there. The LA St. Louis series is to me is up in the air right now. I think
What-
St. Louis has a good chance.
What happened?
I thought St. Louis was going to win that one going in, though.
Yeah,
Well, what's
I was
gonna
pulling
happen?
for him for sure.
What's going to happen with that one is it's quite literally the LA Kings just don't have the hockey gods with them anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
they,
all
but
it
they
is.
still got Jonathan Quick, and he's standing on his head right now for them. Like I
They
mean,
still got Jonathan Quick, but I mean, it just goes to show that. I mean, I like Drew Doughty, and I like some players on
Fucking
that
hate
team,
Drew Doughty.
but they're just. It's the fact of the matter is that they scraped by the playoffs last year. They won the cup based off luck.
yeah.
They didn't look like they earned it at all.
Well, if
All
you
their
watch-
series. I mean, don't get me wrong; they swept most of their series, but. The fact of the matter is that none of those games were good to watch.
No.
None of the plays were good. It was all just the most garbage
Greasy
goals,
goals, yeah.
just greasy as shit. And I mean, on a team with Drew Doughty, you're gonna get greasy goals.
Yeah.
Well, how about Dustin Brown too?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, just
God.
Jeff Carter. Like,
greasy motherfuckers all over the team.
Unreal. Yeah, no, I
Um,
can't stand that team.
But I personally, Cup. I think I'm probably with everybody else thinking we're probably going to see a Pittsburgh,
Oh yeah.
Chicago final. But
I don't know,
But then
man.
again, Chicago is getting a run too right now, and the way Minnesota played today, it was pretty deadly. So it's hard to say, but I'm going to say that the Cup's probably going to go to Pittsburgh this year.
I think so too.
I'd love to see the Islanders knock them out first round because that'd be just the biggest upset ever.
Could you
but
imagine?
they're too deep, so I'm going to say Penguins are probably going to end up taking this year's Cup.
I don't know. You know, the Penguins are a really good team. Like they got Kreisby back. You know,
Yeah,
they're
Kreisby,
looking
I
pretty
like
good. Chicago, I think Chicago is like a really matchup dependent team, though.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean? Like,
if they
I-
hit the wrong team,
Yeah.
they're going down.
Absolutely. Like, and maybe I'm biased because I am a Wings fan, but the skill on the Wings, like they ignore the physical game that Chicago plays, and you
That's
play
true,
against
but
like
that's-
a veteran team.
That's
like
a very good point, but that's what the Canucks tried to do a couple of years ago, and they just got beaten into the ground.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they didn't have that experience, though, right?
That's
like
true.
they
didn't
were a much
have any
younger
of the
team.
veteran status. I mean,
The Wings need to win a cup if they pretty soon. Like,
Yeah.
'cause they're gonna their window's getting smaller. Just
They
like a
gotta
lot of
start
teams.
selling off some people. You know, I hate to admit it, but they gotta find somewhere. Like, you know, and Datsuk may sound drastic, but
man.
you know, you may have to pull the trigger on that. Like,
You could get something pretty good in the way of young prospects or picks for someone like
Absolutely.
Datsuk. And that's a good
Absolutely.
place to start. Look at the Leafs; they've been doing that for the last few years, and they might go out first round. But again, surprise win last night there.
I think I'm not surprised. I think Toronto is. I think they outplay Boston always. I think they're my favorite in that like match up.
Yeah.
But yeah, English. But
Leafs, you got Leafs, yeah.
yeah, I think so. They're more physical than the Bruins, and that's where the Bruins make their bread and butter. They outscored the Bruins all the way throughout the season. Special teams are better. Really, the only thing that the Bruins beat the Leafs in were goals against. That's the only significant factor that the Bruins beat the Leafs in. And yeah, no, just like the Bruins, they're a tough team, and that's kind of how they've made their identity. But they're against the toughest team. They're against the team with the most
Nothing to
hits,
lose.
the most block shots, the most fucking fights. You know what I mean? I see Toronto winning that one. It really depends how the refs go, though.
That's true. Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ!
Okay, sorry. We just saw the score for the Sens Canadians game.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Is that the final?
6-1 final.
6-1 final.
So
Jesus
big bounce back
Christ.
from Ottawa.
Yeah. What was it? Carlson have a 5-goal game?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many of those are Carlson?
Yeah, nothing from Carlson, but
Really?
that's another one. That's another good series to watch here.
Was Price in it?
Price was in net. and here's a hot topic. There was another lost tooth in this game. So that's 3 lost teeth from 3 separate.
Was it on Ottawa?
It was on. Yeah.
Yeah,
was
there
on
you go.
Ottawa. Well, he scored a goal and Subban right in the face, knocked his tooth out.
Fuck yeah.
Same time. So
They're just gonna start
3
pretending
games.
to lose teeth.
yeah, 3 games, 3 teeth.
Just to keep this going. They make a cup run, and they lose a tooth every game of the way.
You lose the tooth, you win the game. That's
Oh, man.
But who you got, man?
In all honesty, just the way they've been playing lately. Obviously, Pittsburgh, big one. But in terms of the East, I really like the way that the Caps have been looking as well.
yeah.
They're strong on the puck. They get into those areas, and they're very good at making you take penalties. Which then you've got
You
Green
have,
on the point.
Yeah.
You've got Ovechkin digging around there.
you have a fucking retarded power play.
Yeah,
Like,
the
just-
power play is strong, but I think Washington really swings on Ovechkin's game. If he has a good, strong game, not scoring points necessarily, but if he's hitting, if he's skating, and he really determines how they're going to do.
I don't see that stopping though.
Yeah,
But
but if he has a rough spell, it could hurt them. But
Yeah.
he's a beast. Like he's Kessler. Like those two
Oh,
are
man.
probably the two biggest, hardest working players right now in the playoffs.
Oh,
And
I probably couldn't deny that.
so,
Yeah, no, and I don't like the Rangers at all.
I hate the fucking Rangers.
The only Ranger that I like is Lundqvist, and now that they got Nash, I like Nash. That's about it. I think what really started my hatred for the Rangers was Sean Avery.
Yeah,
See, Sean Avery used to play with Detroit. So I was just like, oh, he's all right, man. Don't worry about it. I think the Penguins are probably my least favorite team, though. And-
I can't.
yeah.
But yeah, no, the Penguins, they have fucking Sydney, who I just hate. I just don't like them.
I will full on admit best player in the game, in my opinion, but I can't stand him.
Yeah, but I'd probably say Taves, honestly.
Yeah.
I know Taves
that's a good call.
he hasn't been producing, but like the way he was. But I mean, being a big Steve Yzerman fan, I mean, you see a player like Taves, and you have no choice but to love him. And I fucking hate the Blackhawks too. But yeah, I'd say Taves he's got that all around. He plays for the team now. Crosby, he doesn't have the puck as much as like a big goal scorer. Like look at Gretzky, right?
Yeah.
And Gretzky has the puck all the time, so the other team doesn't have the puck. Crosby's he's got a good touch. He's a really good player. Like, I can't criticize a guy like Crosby, obviously.
But you can hate him.
Yeah, exactly. But he doesn't have that same, really dynamic, just fucking anywhere on the ice he can grab the puck and score with it. Like a lot of the really great goal scorers.
Yeah,
in the
that's
past
very,
have.
very true. The big thing with Crosby is just, I mean, it's happened really in the last little bit, but just the proneness to injury.
Yo,
That guy
yeah.
been
He's
able to
missing a
stay
lot of
on
time.
like a half. I don't think he's made a half season in the last 2.
No, exactly.
It's just, and then he still gets up on there in the scoring races, but that's just because he plays with the likes of Kunitz
Yeah.
and James Neal, and
He's also playing rested, and as stupid as that might sound, he's not, chugging out at 82 games a season. You'll always notice when he comes back, he has a big game.
oh yeah,
He comes back, he practices a bit, and then fucking he hits it like a bat out of hell, just comes running, and I think that factors in too.
oh definitely does.
He'd get more points in a full season, obviously, and you'd be an idiot to deny
yeah.
that. But points per game, it's tough to say. Especially how much they babied him with that concussion. He wasn't
Yeah.
coming back until he was 100%.
Yeah.
See, the only thing I like about the Penguins is Iginla being there. If they
Yeah.
do win a cup, I think it's time for him to get one.
No, without a doubt.
But I'm with you. I can't stand that team, and I was saying that today. They're pretty fucking deep. I don't understand how a salary cap sport can have a team as deep as the Penguins have.
Yeah.
It's
There's going to be some salary arbitration
Yeah, they're all-
coming
well,
up next year.
that, or they're like some players are taking cuts to play on a team and to win a cup, and I guess that's the name of the game, right?
Well, that's how Detroit stayed relevant.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, you can go make $4 million here, or you come here and make $2 million. Like,
But you're playing with all these players.
exactly. Yeah, you're on a line with Nick Lidstrom and Brian Rafalski.
I don't know.
Like,
I'd
you know,
play. I'd play for $2 million. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could probably swing $2 million.
I
I
tough
did
to
the
say.
stupidest thing
Kind of a
today.
big cut. Go ahead.
I decided that I was gonna fire up FIFA 12 and create my own player, like my own virtual player. Made him exactly like me. Did the whole PlayStation Move thing where you take a picture of your front of your face and the side of your face. They generate a face based on what you look like, and made him have a little scruff and the hair and all that noise. Just like, yep, that's me. And I put him on the Whitecaps. Dude's pulling $10,000 a week. They put your salary in there, and I was like, "What am I doing?" I bought a fucking microphone and I talk on the internet. Fuck. God damn it. And they have your worth, how well you've been playing. It's like, oh yeah, you're worth $3.7 million. I was like, come on, guys. Fuck's sakes.
If only.
If only. It's the amount of people who just play FIFA religiously like that, or just
Oh, yeah. No, I got a buddy who does that. That's irrelevant. They'll continue.
I was going nowhere with that.
That's not a show conversation by any means. It's uninteresting completely.
What are you doing?
But I don't know. Playing with your dog. Playing with your dog.
That's code, obviously.
Oh boy, this is falling.
I took a
apart
break to
before our
masturbate and play
eyes.
with my dog.
Oh shit. So yeah, playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What do you like? I know that we're kind of over that topic, but what do you guys think about the Ducks in Detroit?
Unfortunately I admitted I haven't really watched too much of that, so
Yeah.
I can't really say in terms of what their play styles are. But just looking at the scores, it's very tight most of the time.
So
I know
last
Detroit
night, yeah,
had let
last
up let the gas off on them. I think it was game 2.
Yeah, no,
They
they
had a 3-goal lead and they ended up going into overtime. And
Yeah.
I mean, thank God Detroit scored. I like Detroit over the Ducks for sure, just because fucking Anaheim Mighty Duck. I can't stand the creation of that team,
Fair
as
enough.
well as that's the continued existence of it.
I understand you being upset about that, being a Canucks fan and having the Disney team like with the Stanley Cup in their trophy case.
Oh, I know.
Like, and that's not even me just taking a stab. Like, that's gotta
it
suck.
stings.
Yeah,
It's quite literally. They're just. Oh man. The worst part is that the Honda Center, Anaheim's home stadium, is 2 kilometers away from Disneyland.
yeah,
They quite literally. Disneyland owned the land that was there
Yes.
before they built the stadium, and they built the stadium for the Disney team.
Mm-hmm.
And the Disney. I'm just getting angry.
that's good.
I'm on the other side. See, I hate the Red Wings, and that's because
good.
of how bad they put the whooping on Vancouver over the like.
Last 2 decades.
Well, I mean, like, remember the Kluche incident?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
I mean,
man.
Oh,
do I
no,
ever.
dude.
Do I
Don't
ever.
get this
part
guy
of where that
started on the
started.
Kluche
But
incident.
in that series, I think I'm definitely pulling for the Red Wings. I'm not an Anaheim fan whatsoever, but I'm also a big fan of the underdog, and I think Detroit has quite a few less wins this season on Anaheim, and I'd love
Yeah.
to see them knock them out. So it's one of those things that if Vancouver was to make a second round and play against one of the two, I'd hate for it to be Detroit, but I'd rather them play Detroit than Anaheim. at
It
this point.
wouldn't be though. Straight up, Minnesota. Well, I mean, I hate to count Minnesota out against Chicago, but I think Chicago's going to win that.
I'd love to see Minnesota move on.
Yeah, if Detroit
Just because I
somehow
hate
wins the
Chicago.
series, they're against Chicago, and hopefully they can end up getting a fucking win back on the Sharks. I mean, that's thinking big. That's high hopes right
Yeah.
there, but still, it'd be nice. Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Ah!
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah! God damn it!
So they're basically started playing footsies with
Hey,
Mike
that's
there.
cool,
Jesus,
man.
we're getting excited. So, after a very hockey-laden episode and a very quiet Mike, episode.
I just want to say I agree with everything you guys just said.
Yeah, Mike, who's your favorite to win the Stanley Cup?
Fuck if I know, man. I don't even know who's. I don't even really know who's playing.
The Chicago
Based
Bulls.
on like what
Name-
you guys were
no.
just talking about,
Name-
I'd probably have to say the Penguins are gonna be
You don't think the
a
Chicago
contender.
Bulls?
Chicago Bulls. No, I don't think so. Not for the Stanley Cup. No,
Okay,
I'm not that bad.
Thanks for not being caught
I'm
on
not that bad.
Name a hockey player.
The one you look like. What is it, Mike Green?
Boom!
Hey!
Okay, I
No, I
was
know
gonna
more
say
than that.
that's not naming a hockey player.
I
Mike.
know more than that. But
Chris Kuntz.
Oh god, getting on that. Or fucking NBA.
Oh no!
Team. Might as well throw that in there.
The door was almost shut.
Sports, video games, and sport video games. That's what this show's all about right now.
Welcoming the Prince George Cunt Destroyer.
So, me and Tony were just hanging out in my apartment, and we decided that, he brought over 2K12. There's, we'll toss this in. 2K13. Oh, it is 2K13. Okay. Anyway, decided to toss that in there, and they have a create a team slot where you can pick their jerseys, their name, where they're from, playbooks, all that kind of stuff. So, Tony and I decided to make this the most ridiculous team possible. And we created a team called the Prince George Cunt Destroyers. Our logo is a pink rhinoceros with a big old purple horn. And the jerseys are just the brightest pink you could possibly imagine, with purple, like, tribal tattoos going across the jerseys and
Long
down
story
onto the
short,
shorts.
there's something that doesn't translate to an audio podcast whatsoever.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, maybe we'll get a picture of Michael Jordan.
You'll get a
And,
screenshot.
we'll post it on Facebook for you folks.
Yeah, we'll get a shot with fucking every NBA Hall of Famer ever wearing it.
Wearing the
because-
Prince George Cunt Destroyers.
I think I'd be a fan.
Yeah, totally, right?
Absolutely.
I buy season tickets.
We'd become a basketball city without a doubt.
oh yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
You
Vancouver
got
Grizzlies.
a pre-AIDS Magic Johnson.
Oh my god.
Will Chamberlain. Got everybody.
MJ.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Pulling Hall of Famers left,
Moses
right, and center.
Malone.
Oh god. This big old goggles.
Yeah, so good. Again, this is a miserable conversation to be having right now. If today's show was worse than the last two, it's because we didn't buy belly washers this time.
That's why.
It's true.
That's the secret.
We have
They
changed
should
nothing.
sponsor the shit out of us.
They really should. They've gotten more lip service from. Oh. Just that Spider-Man head just makes that feel awkward. But no, they have gotten more free advertising from us than they have ever paid for.
It's
like,
true. It's
two of the three people that listen to our show.
They probably sold more belly washes in the last couple of weeks than.
Oh, I'd
forever.
imagine. I'd have like one more, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, well, you bought one.
I did.
And you listened to the show.
Right?
There it is. That's traffic. Would you have bought that if we didn't have this show? No, exactly.
Without this show, I wouldn't have bought
Without
that.
this show, we wouldn't have
Belly
had
washers would not have taken my money like that.
I've not bought one, but I might buy one.
I probably wouldn't.
that. I might.
I kinda
purchase-
wanna
I've
get in
never
on
purchased one as
Yeah.
well. I tasted it. I know it's bad, but I kind of want to buy one just because. Like, I want to buy
That's
an
how I
energy
feel.
drink
That's what I
and
wanna-
one of those. Well, the thing is that like, you look at the bottle. It's about as big as the Tim Hortons cup.
Yeah.
But the amount of liquid that's inside of it is less than 250 milliliters.
It's a tiny amount of liquid, and like you
but it
can't
takes
even
so
sip
long
on
to
it.
drink.
Can't even sip on it. Like you turn it over to like dump, and it comes out in like a drop.
This
And
is-
a drop.
This is quickly becoming a theme of our show.
But yeah.
Belly
Anyways.
washers every episode.
Goddamn belly washers. How terrible of a drink. Yet apparently it's our GWFS tradition.
Yeah, something like that.
We're
That's
gonna
what's
have to start getting it
at
for every
John's
recording.
next show. We're gonna set up a booth. It's just gonna have the GWFS logo just above there. We're just gonna hand out belly washers.
Belly washers.
That's a great idea.
That is actually a good idea, except belly washers taste like shit.
Only we'll just hand out.
Maybe you should just switch it with beer.
Yeah, that's a
where
better
we'll go
idea.
with it.
No, last time we drank beer.
Oh, last time we drank. Yeah, that's still coming to you guys. By the way, we're still gonna have that nice little midweek episode for you.
Someday, somehow.
Someday, somehow, one day when I have free time and a weekend.
Oh man.
So the things that you guys have learned today from us is essentially that pot burglars will masturbate in your home and then find your toy helicopter as well as batteries.
And take a break.
Don't have a threesome and refuse to fuck your girlfriend in it. Because you will get stabbed with a couch butcher knife.
A 12-inch.
Did he just
If your girlfriend even offers that deal to you, you probably should just say no.
Did he? Maybe he was planning on shooting his wad into a moving propeller. I was just thinking that, like, that would be.
I can see how a stoner would find that kind of.
Yeah, like. Just want to paint the fucking room.
Now that you said that, I understand his endgame now.
Everything makes sense now.
Yeah, but he got fucking stabbed.
He was just eating rhubarb. No, this what?
No, the stoner thief.
God, really, Matt? Did Letitia have a fucking helicopter propeller? Yeah. Oh man.
One of those handheld fans.
Fucking Letitia.
Okay.
Run into the bathroom.
We are not able to end this, by the way.
We can't close. Oh, unruly.
For fucking salesman. That gets whatever. God damn it. I had a beer today and I'm still doing it. Anyway, long story short, check out our Twitter, check out our Facebook, hit us up on YouTube. Pretty much
share this miserable fucking video with your friends.
Absolutely, GWFS podcast. If you do watch the video on YouTube or listen to the video, fucking whatever, hit like. I don't know how much that helps, but it might a little bit, so just do it.
We're going to have some links into John's band.
Yeah, that'll be
some
way.
way.
Yeah, check it out. Ashes of Descent. We have it on Facebook. Got a little bit of a following right now, but if you can add us up, it always helps.
Yeah, we'll generate that. Yeah, for sure. So, you hear that, guys? If you liked our page, you have to like John's now, too.
There you go, boom. Homework. No.
Well, as always, this is Matt.
I'm Mike.
Tony.
And we got John. We got John here signing off from GWFS. Have a great day, guys.